Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, the NTSB releases probable cause findings in the Harrison Ford accident. Rockwell Collins broadens capabilities through an acquisition. FAA says skydivers have rights at federally funded airports. I'm Bree Cross. It is August 10th, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The NTSB has issued its probable cause report on the crash of a World War II Ryan PT-22 being flown by actor Harrison Ford. Ford had just departed Santa Monica Airport when he radioed the tower that he had experienced an engine failure and was turning back towards the airport. Unable to make the runway, he took the next best choice, which was to land on a golf course. The landing was hard, resulting in major structural damage to the airplane, and Ford suffered serious injuries. The NTSB blamed the problem on the carburetor main metering jet, which had become unseated and rotated, resulting in excessive fuel flow, which flooded the engine. The report also noted that maintenance records indicated the airplane had been restored 17 years prior, and there were no records of further repair or maintenance on the carburetor, nor was it required. They also noted that manufacturer documents did not specify a way to secure the main metering jet. As a side note, they added that the shoulder harnesses, which were not original equipment, had been installed in such a way that the attach points did not withstand the impact forces. Rockwell Collins has acquired International Communications Group Incorporated, a leading provider of satellite-based global voice and data communications products and services for the aviation industry. Rockwell Collins' Kent Statler said in part, quote, "This acquisition broadens our portfolio of information-enabled avionics by adding ICG's latest generation of Iridium SATCOM terminals and smart routers to our existing flight deck and cabin connectivity offerings. It accelerates our vision of being a leader in end-to-end information management solutions for airlines and business jet operators," end quote. International Communications Group's products and services will be integrated into Rockwell Collins' Commercial Systems portfolio. After the break, FAA says a Cape Cod airport is too restrictive on skydiving.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. If you would like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. According to reports, skydiving is not popular with some residents of the Cape Cod community of Chatham, Massachusetts, who have complained about Skydive Cape Cod, which operates out of Chatham Municipal Airport. Subsequently, the town board voted not to renew the lease of Skydive Cape Cod, which, as is their right, resulted in Skydive Cape Cod filing a complaint with the FAA. An initial request for proposals, referred to as an RFP, by the Chatham Board of Selectmen would have restricted any skydiving company to 5 flights per day, which is not remotely a sustainable rate for most profitable drop zones. The FAA said that this was not sufficient and pointed out some 20 problems with the document. The FAA Airports Division Manager said, quote, "If the RFP goes out in its current form, the town leaves itself open to complaints, both formal and informal, from operators who may view some of the provisions unduly restrictive and obstructive. We therefore urge the town to immediately revise the RFP to fully meet our concerns and to issue the RFP without further delay," end quote. Each week we share with you an online video that one of our viewers found especially entertaining. We call it our Aero video of the week.
Final liftoff of Atlanta.
Having an engine failure is always a dicey situation, but when it occurs while flying the race pylons of Reno, it gets special. Watch the action when the race plane Precious Metal makes a Deadstick landing in 2014. Search Precious Metal Deadstick on YouTube. After these messages, the ISS program gets a new manager.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B, ATX-100, and ATX-100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. We are sorry to report that a man mowing a grass runway in Hollister, California, was fatally injured when struck by a landing airplane. The aircraft, a World War II Ryan PT-22, is flown from the rear cockpit and can offer highly restrictive visibility when landing. NASA has named Kirk Shireman as the new manager of its International Space Station program based at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. Shireman has served as deputy director of the center since 2013. On another NASA note, they and their International Space Station partners have announced the crew members for missions to the orbiting laboratory in 2017. The selection includes first-time space flyers NASA astronauts Mark Van Tee and Jack Fisher. Reach Air Medical Services announces the opening of its new air ambulance base in La Junta, Colorado, which will operate under the name Southern Colorado Care Connect. They will provide medical helicopter services to Pueblo County and an expansive surrounding region. The International Air Transport Association has released data for global air freight markets showing a slowdown in growth for air cargo demand in June. They say this is consistent with falling trade activity and weaker than expected global growth. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. When a kit airplane company has their first customer-built kit completed and flying, it's living proof that their hard work has paid off. Such is the case with Sports Performance Aviation. They call themselves SPA. SPA reported that the aircraft built by Bob Woolley is the variation of the Panther referred to as the sport version, and is equipped with the short wing and Lycoming 0320 engine. The reason they use the term short wing is because there are two sizes of wing offered for the aircraft. It is reported the first flight lasted 25 minutes and went well. SPA's Dan Wiesman said in part, quote, "We owe a lot to our first 50 builders. It's great to see the hard work pay off. We wish Bob and all our builders success, safe flying, and a heartfelt thank you for working with us on the Panther program," end quote. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news. From the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.